Hi, welcome to Investigating Homelessness in Shoshone County, and I am Barbara Patterson. Today, I want to kind of discuss my viewpoint of why we have a homeless issue. It's a different viewpoint than what you may think, and I think many of us are coming to this self realization of why there is such a huge growing population of homeless in the United States anyway. So I have some notes, so you'll see me looking down on it, and hopefully I clarify or just submit some of these feelings you may have, and then some of you guys may be way beyond. Maybe beyond this video, and I hope that you will share. So, homelessness is an issue that we as a society should be involved in, and it can no longer, as an individual, disregard them. That they made their bed. They didn't go to college. They didn't choose the right field. They're drug addicts. Um, so, this is where they deserve to be. And we didn't we need to remember that we did not come into be all about ourselves. We came into this earth more than anything to create joy and love. So we really just can't leave anyone behind when we do this, and we can't disregard people if our mission is to create joy and love. So this is why I am talking about it. We in the past, hundreds of years, this has been going on. I feel we have been brainwashed. Um, this is how society should function. The me mentality, um, what can I get? How do I get it? Do I steal from you? Do I steal without you knowing about it? Do I step on you? Do I lie about you? I don't know. There's a thousand different ways of how people have become successful. And I don't know if it's all honest. And it's basically, it's a society of when they're successful, they got it. And it's like, nah, 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 and we want it, right? So this has got to, in my opinion, kind of stop. Because this is like, it really isn't acceptable. We need to wake up and see that poverty conscious is a mind control game that is inflicted on society. So as I said, we've been brainwashed into society, and it isn't something that we woke up in the 60s and were brainwashed into. It's something that's been going on for hundreds of years. It's just kind of accelerated, I believe, in the 80s. So all of us are, a great deal of us share these feelings. So even those that aren't struggling in poverty, snuggling in their comfortable beds, I know that many of us are sharing these feelings as we're transforming from a me type society to a we type society. So this part is good. Um, we were not meant to feel that we were nothingless or not quite up to par to society. That's what many of us feel. That is that it is natural for some of us to be bottom feeders. I read this theory in college. So there's even bottom feeders in criminality. So some criminals can rob banks, and some criminals will rob each other. So the level of bottom feeding is how it goes. So it's again it's a me type mentality of what I can get, and it's just I don't know. I know the theory makes sense, but it's not a theory that should exist anymore as we're moving into a higher awareness and consciousness, at least in my opinion. So um, because if this theory of bottom feeders, then I too fall in the trap to step up on other bottom feeders, right? To get what I want to get, right? so I can say I'm better than you. So many people want to put us on a rung of a ladder of where you are in society. So, and that's a judgment. And that's a harsh criticism to place on people. So we need to stop that. Um, we, or many of us, are currently live in a global debt society. Many of us are drowning in our bills. This creates fear, insecurity, low self worth. That more than anything, the homeless people and the people, even living on SSI and SSDI feel. Um, this fear, I don't know if that's what's next in my notes, but this fear that just wraps on our body creates illnesses. And in 2013, a couple of years ago, I was writing a book. In 2013, WHO, World Health Organization, it was like 90% of the world, if I remember right, is sick. And I forget the statistics, how it broke out to mental illness and physical illness. So fear, stress, insecurities, low self-worth, anxiety, all plague us into not being healthy. We are meant to be healthy. We weren't born to be unhealthy. This is crazy, right? And what's causing this? It's causing this because we have this lopsided society, and we live in this poverty consciousness. It's almost like society wants us to be sick because there's such great money to be made being sick. And so we need to change these thoughts. And as we change these thoughts, more of us will align and become healthy. I guarantee it. Yeah, so, but we have to get rid of the poverty conscious feeling. It's a horrible feeling. I've lived through it. It's horrible. So this law of this low self worth, it's I just explained it. We live in fear, and we're not meant to be that person. It's not true that everyone can walk their dream. It's more challenging to everyone with low self worth. So we all have dreams. We all came here, and we all came here to thrive and have joy and have love in our lives. We didn't come here to struggle. That's an illusion that needs to be stopped. And as each one of us takes the responsibility to stop it, I believe then the homeless situation will start fading away, right? So it's very challenging with people with low self-worth to rise themselves up. I work in this industry. It takes discipline, and lots of it, and a commitment to yourself to start clearing those energies. It does not, and then I don't want to tell anyone to stop taking their medicine, but it really does not take a pill. And these pills and medicine that you are being given, except for a few people, wasn't meant to be given to you for your whole entire life. You're not meant to be on depression for your whole entire life. It's meant to help you through that stage as you build your self-confidence and your self-worth and your love back inside you. That is the first step, right? So anyone, you don't have to be homeless. You don't have to be in poverty. But anyone that's feeling low self-worth, knows what this sickness is. It binds you. You feel like you can't move anywhere. You don't want to be seen in society. It's a sickness that it doesn't need to be here anymore. It needs to go away. So this is why I am passionate about the homeless situation. This is my thoughts of how, with this type of thinking and this type of knowledge, maybe we can start transforming a system. So I don't believe per se, although it helps, to have more apartments, for the homeless and the poor, affordable, they call it affordable living apartments. Okay, so nice. Um, what I think I'm going to ask you is in your heart to contemplate what I've said and to remember who you are as a person and as a human, and to start waking up to this knowledge that there's actually something more than just housing them, or worse yet, throwing them in a shelter. Now, Shoshone County doesn't have any emergency shelters, but in a shelter that you see typically, and thank goodness some of them are changing, but a typical shelter is that you come in at night, I don't remember what time, 8, and you're out in the morning, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 in the morning, and then you're roaming the streets. You have no place. And this just adds on to the feeling that you don't feel accepted or worthy to even be able to stay in a shelter for 24 hours and rest and recuperate if you need it. You're back in the elements, roaming somewhere, trying to figure out where your next meal is. It's that's a very, like, we think, oh, because you deserve this, that we're loving to help you. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're not loving. That's not loving. That's like so superficial. It just needs to stop. Seattle put a place in, I didn't put it in my notes, where they're making little trailers where 2 people are housed in. They each get their own room. They each get a locker on their closet. And they're putting gardens in, and they're doing worship centers and worship circles or whatever. And the people feel safe. They're starting to feel their wholeness inside them again. And I think more than anything is what we need to do is help people find their wholeness. As you go through the videos I'm about to release, the thing I hear from the homeless and the people that help them, so when they find the right people, is the nurturing that they get from the people that take them in. It's their heart. It's opening up their house, their lives, their thoughts, and more than anything, their love. So, and it's a cliche. Love cures all. But when we awaken or start awakening and start our journey into awakening, becoming, clearer to our source, to our God energy. And I don't mean to make this religious at all, but when we awaken, love has such magnitude of energy. It's unreal. It's so healing and so vibrant and so alive. And honestly, not until I started my own personal journey did I ever feel the capacity that I feel now about love and loving others and accepting others and releasing my judgments at the door, because that was a hard thing to learn. And I'm sure I'll have more challenges ahead of me to make sure I learned these lessons. I catch myself now, but the love that comes in and the healing that comes in, I can see it. I can see it healing in my face. I'm a 60s child. I'll be 60 this year. I can see youthfulness coming back in my face as the layers of fear and anxiety and whatever else, that all that neurosis is, leaves my body. This is a gift for all of us. This isn't just a gift for some of us. And if you can understand this concept, then I think there's new ways of approaching a situation that seems to be unapproachable for the country. So I want you to think about this, and I promise I will start releasing some of my videos. So really have a very good day. Please get in touch with me, anyone who wants to share a story. And go ahead and write on on the Facebook page any thoughts you may have, good or bad. I don't think I'll be offended. So, anyway, yeah, as always, Satnam, you guys, and God bless.